YouTube family, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we're recording once again for a Cold War style video in our first class guide of the year / the franchise of Call of Duty Cold War. We're going to be recording for the MP5 today, showing you guys what my best MP5 build after experimenting online on Call of Duty Cold War multiplayer. Just before we roll into the class guide today, I want to update you guys on two different things that are going on right now with both my life and my streaming situation. Number one being our win streak leaderboard and terms of where we're at. Currently, as of the recording of today's video, which is on the Wednesday, we are number one in the entire of the UK right now for current win streaks at 162 wins in a row. As you'll see by this leaderboard right here, you can see that we are currently holding the number one spot in the whole of the United Kingdom, which is pretty crazy considering the game at this point of recording hasn't even been out for a week yet. And you'll also see a second leaderboard where you can see us at third in the entire world across every single Call of Duty player on cross-platform as well. So it's crazy to think that's something that we were chasing for so long in Modern Warfare. We are now pioneering and helping to grow and influence, putting the UK on the map as such on this game. So I'm loving that, and we're going to be continuing the win streak and keeping you guys up to date at the start of every video on where we're at. Second thing that I wanted to update you guys about as well, with phase 5, we still don't know about the top 20 results yet as of recording this video, but as soon as I hear anything about what's going on with the top 20, if we made it past the top 100 and into the next stage, I promise I'll let you guys know. Don't forget, if you keep supporting it, phase up, hashtag phase stallion down in the comments. I appreciate your support. You guys have been nothing but fantastic. Now, moving on to YouTube based stuff. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's really appreciated. Likes, comments, anything constructive helps for me to know how to improve the channel as well. Shares, hit that noti button, and all the clips that you'll see today as well are all recorded live from twitch.tv/stallion. So we're going to be running into our first class guide today. We're going to be speaking about the MP5, and we're going to be talking about how broken the gun actually is. There's been a lot of contemplation right now, on social media, speaking about how broken the MP5 is. You can slay at long range, it slays at close range, probably one of the fastest, time to kill guns in the game right now. It's super accurate, super reliable, and it's, the most broken SMG in the game right now. So I've been doing a build experimentation with it on what I want to see from the gun. I'm not somebody who hip fires a lot too much. For me, I prefer to aim down sight. It's just like a general habit that I have, aiming down sight, and I still like to do the drop shot mechanic as well from Modern Warfare. So I've got the build to be based around flanking. The build is based around still aiming down sight quickly and drop shotting and out moving my opponents as well. I'm going to be moving into a screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that we build on it. So as we get into the feature class of guides, as you can see right here, we'll go into our MP5 class. Okay, so starting with the MP5 build itself, I've got 5 attachments right now, and we'll speak a little bit more about the wildcard and other bits that we use later on. Moving into the gunsmith, doesn't need an optic. The iron sight is more than fine for it. If you want to go down a red start sight, I guess you could go down the mil stock reflex if you really want to, or the quick dot LED, but I personally think that the gun doesn't need it. For a muzzle, if you want to go down the muzzle route, by all means go, and go with something like a muzzle break 9, or you go down the infantry compensator if you want to. If you want to pick up some more vertical recoil control at the expense of horizontal, but I do think personally there's better choices in the options right now. So with a barrel, I like to use the 9.5 Ranger, which is one of the I'd say more extended barrels that it has, and it gives you 100% bullet velocity. That's a big deal, right? So you have increased bullet speed by 100%, which means that the time it takes to leave the gun to hit the enemy is 100% quicker than what it would be without that barrel, and that is a big deal. Enemies at long range, even enemies at short range, okay, the bullets are going to register into their body from your gun quicker 100%. So for me, it was a bit of a no-brainer to go with that. If you really wanted range, you could go down the effective damage range route as well. The situation that I play, this works at all ranges, and I think it's probably the best barrel in the game right now. Look, I don't use anything on the body, don't really go with hip fire or any distance reveals, so I don't use any lasers or anything like that. For the under barrel, field agent grip for pretty much every single gun in the game is beyond insanely good. For losing some shooting movement speed, you're gaining all the vertical and horizontal recoil that you need for the gun. This works with the M16, this works with the AUG, this works with pretty much any gun. This gives you all the recoil control that you'll need to keep the gun steady and not have it flying around all over the place. All right, mix that in with a 40 round speed mag. That's pretty, self-explanatory. Best mag in the game. Plus, you got the reload quickness here. You do lose 20% aim down sight speed, but that's then picked up later on down the line. And then we have the handle. We use the airborne elastic wrap. So there you go, there's the aim down sight speed, picked back up 30%. You've got 90% flinch resistance, so if enemies are shooting at you, your character doesn't go all crazy when you're trying to shoot back. And you get the bonus of aiming while going prone. So if you want to drop shot people, because in this game, not a lot of people drop shot, and if you have that mechanic, you can really put some people off, okay? You do lose a little bit of sprint to fire time and shooting movement speed, but for the pros that you get for this, I think it's absolutely worth it, okay? And then for the stock, we've got the Raider stock, which you'll find gives me 30% sprint to fire time, so that brings it back from what I'm losing on the elastic wrap. and I'm also gaining 10% aiming walking movement speed, so I'm, you know, strafing slightly faster whilst I'm aiming down and shooting enemies, losing some hip fire accuracy, but again, I'm not building the gun for that, okay? So right here, you've got a full build, which allows you to flank, allows you to drop shot, and allows your bullets to hit enemies quicker from when firing out of your gun, which makes the gun really effective at all ranges. Camos, I've just gone with what I've got right now. I've almost got gold on this, so we're aiming for gold, and then obviously I don't use any reticles. For secondary, right now, I'm just trying to level up a shotgun. It's usually between the 1911 pistol or the Hauer 77 shotgun. Shotguns are pretty strong right now. Honestly, definitely worth a try. Can't believe that they're a secondary weapon currently, and people are starting to figure out how strong they are, but that's just the game right now. As well as that, for tacticals, I'm always using stim shot in these games. A lot of people are using tactical masks these days, so using stuff like stun grenades aren't as effective right now. Stim shot keeps me alive in so many situations. Like BO4, you've got an 11-second recharge, they're unlimited, and you can use as many as you want until obviously you die. And then we've got Semtex, which we use, but I see a lot of people using C4s as well. Frags are also an option. I've gone with Semtex at the moment, but I may actually look to change the C4s in the near future. And then finally, I use trophy systems, which help me in the point as I'm an objective player and I go for win streaks. So throwing a trophy down obviously sucks up 3 enemy equipment or missiles or whatever it is. You get 3 charges, I believe, on the trophy system. They're really good, and they're also really, you get a good indicator when they're actually being used as well. They're very good in this game. If you want to play for the team, obviously you can use stuff like SAM turrets. Field Mike's also really good as like an advanced UAV for a small area, or proximity mines as well if you're trying to cut off chokeholds. Now for the wild cards, I used to put a lot of essence into Gunfighter, and what Gunfighter does, it allows you to unlock your other 3 perks here. Now unless you're going purely on the gun, so let's say you've got like a holding assault rifle and you need every single stat from that assault rifle, that would be the great wild card to use. But perk greed right now I think is too good to miss up, especially on a build like this. So right now, perk greed allows me to equip 2 perks from each slot, as you can see right here, alright, rather than having 1 from each. So for perk 1, flat jacket and tap mask means that, you know, more resistance from flashbangs, stuns, and immunity to gas, and I take less damage from explosives, molotovs, and combat bow flames. This pretty much means that when I'm in an area, anyone who's trying to use any kind of equipment onto me, with plus my stim as well, it's going to be a lot harder to kill. They pretty much have to jump in and gun me down to kill me. So as an objective player, these 2 things make a lot of sense. Perk 2, assassin is really good. Anyone who's on a more than a 1 kill streak, I get more score for taking them down. Let's say Jeff on the enemy team's got a 2 or a 3 kill streak, someone else has got a 10. If I take them out with assassin, I get the extra points for the score. And then finally, quartermaster, which allows me to recharge my equipment over 25 seconds. That obviously depends on whatever it is that you want to have with that. Tracker is also really good. And then perk 3, a lot of people recommend using gung ho. However, in my opinion, perk 3 has too many good perks, and as an SMG player or somebody who plays aggressively, it can be really tough to pick between them. A lot of people use spy planes in this game. A lot of people want to get, you know, vision in this game. I think ghost is very important. As well as that, a lot of people also listen to footsteps, and if I'm flanking, last thing I want is somebody to be able to listen to my footsteps or use field mic to spot me out. So ninja definitely helps me for flanks, and ghost also helps me remain undetected. Remember, this build is for flanking, this build is for ADS, and this build is also for a drop shot mechanic availability as well. This one right here is a really solid objective player MP5 build. Warning, this just in literally as I finished filming for the MP5 class guide. You would not believe it. Treyarch has just tweeted a Black Ops Cold War update. They've just reduced the base effective damage range by 33%. So the MP5 is now suffering a base effective damage range nerf of 33%. And they've adjusted their initial recall for the submachine gun they call Alpha, aka the MP5. So it'll be interesting to see how things are after this update is thrown in there. And if should there be any other changes to my MP5 class, I'm going to make a new video in the future. Just wanted to let you guys know this. And of course, if there's anything that you guys think that can be improved with the gun, anything that you're using, any of the tactics, are you more of a, you know, hip fire player, or is there a certain build that you go with right now that you think is really strong? Definitely feel free to put it down in the comments, as I'm always down to read and learn about other people's playstyles and what they're using with it as well. If you have made it to this part of the video and you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Supporting the videos means a lot. We're really on that push for 10k subscribers by the end of the year on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.